Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome to today's Town Hall. Let's do some checks before we begin. I trust that you can all hear and see me. Let's see. One might hope. Yes. Fantastic. Lovely. Sound, video, and everything else wonderful. I'm just going to go ahead and make a slight adjustment there. That's a little bit better. Wonderful. And I think we should have Janet with us here today as well. So yeah, things should be going according to plan. Now, if you've never been to a town hall before, this is effectively our time to hang out, unwind. You can ask me some questions. I will do my best to answer them. And yeah, we go for a full hour. That's how we're going to roll today. Yeah, I'm going to make one small adjustment on my end here before we begin. Let's see if I can do this without completely disabling everything. And boom, there we go. I trust that you can still hear me okay. I've just got rid of the monitoring in my ears, as it's like a second, not a second, but just like a millisecond out. And it's rather distracting. So I hope that hasn't changed anything for the rest of you. I believe we are okay, and yeah, my energy bar is back after the 12-hour stream. For those of you who made it along to the stream, thank you so much for attending. Some of you were here for like the entire time, which is wild. I really expected that I was going to be the only person that was there for the entire time, and of course the stream was not without its technical difficulties. You know, these things do crop up, and we had a fair few of them. So yeah, thank you for putting up with those. And if you watch the VOD afterwards at all, we did have a few troubles, but we got through them in the end. The Cardboard Addict, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see if Janet appears today. One might hope. Cross our fingers together. Thank you, Janet, and thank you, the Cardboard Addict. I haven't thought about doing one like on the channel specifically. In saying that though, those kind of games I do enjoy to play, and so they can work for streams when we have times to stream. No sound for Janet? Oh no. And I was so sure that that was going to be going. I'll just do a quick check on my end here and make sure that she is actually being output. Let's see. You know what? She should be. Janet didn't speak. 'Tis a shame. I tell you what, I can make an adjustment on my end here. I'm just gonna have to get rid of some monitoring that I'm doing. Let's see. We'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. Now I believe we should have that working. Okay. Let's see. One last adjustment. Yes, that should be working now. There are always going to be some technical difficulties, you know, but we'll see. I miss the sound of her voice as well. So the thing is, I could hear it, but I couldn't hear anything else. I trust that you can still hear everything else in the background, music and all that. We'll see. We'll see if things are going okay today or not, because you know what, these things happen. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity to listen to Janet again in the future. Ah, dear. So, yeah, about 4X games. I actually just started playing Crusader Kings 3 just recently. CK2 is one of the, like, favorite games. Oh, Ben, thank you very much for the super chat. See, I can't hear. Any Janet there? Yay? Nay? Still don't hear. Janet! Oh, Janet, what have you done? That is, frustrating. Frustrating. I don't know why it's not being sent to you. It is a mystery to me. OBS isn't a very complex software. It's pretty easy to get my head around, but for some reason, yeah, it's just decided to mute itself in horrible fashion. I have one last trick up my sleeve. One last trick, and that's the last of it. We'll move on after that point. Let's see if we can get that to roll for us. Okay, making an adjustment here. Okay, I think that might have fixed it. No promises. No promises, but that might have. So I guess we will see what happens there. Yeah. So, Ramsden, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see whether or not we end up with a Janet here or not. We certainly hope so. It seems to be delayed here anyway. Still nothing, huh? Janet. Well, I guess we've been forsaken by Janet. I'm very sorry for that. I am very, very sorry for that. Oh dear. But yes, shout out to Cole. We're getting it multiple times now, but hey, here we go. So I guess that's something. We're going to have it show up a few times. Who's turning 4 this Wednesday? Well, I wish Cole a very happy birthday. Janet's all kinds of broken today. We don't know what's going on here. Ah dear. So, yeah, I've just recently started playing CK3, and I am really, really enjoying it. 2 was like one of my favorite games, but yeah, 3 seems to be pretty nice. Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where I feel like it would work good for a streaming game for us, but for like any kind of series, probably not so much. So, something that I will address, where have the town halls been? Obviously, we're in March now, and we haven't had a town hall for a while. There have been a number of things, but since the start of the year, the day that I usually run the town hall on, which is Sundays for me, Saturdays for a lot of you, I had this goal coming into this year where I wanted to get more physically fit. And so I've taken some of that time on Sunday mornings for me to take up a HEMA class, which if you don't know what HEMA is, it's Historic European Martial Arts. And I've been going through that with Intnut and a few others, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. But that has been taking up that, Sunday morning where I would usually end up running town halls, which is why it's in this time slot here. This time slot doesn't always work because of things like Ritual Cast in Zealand, which is usually what I end up running on Saturdays. So, yeah, finding a time slot to get this in that isn't, I know it's going to be Friday for a lot of you, but I was trying to make it Friday, but later in the day, still so that, people could still make it along to it as well. There might be a chance that there is a window on Sundays where I'll be able to do it in the future, which means it would be Saturday for a lot of you. But it'd be Saturday a little bit later on. So we'll see. Going ahead, I want to try and do it on that day rather than this day, because I know this day is it's a bit harder for folks to make it along to. So the idea is to have as many people as possible be able to attend this thing, so that no one misses out on announcements or misses out on a chance to ask some questions. But HEMA is super fun. I'm kind of just learning like basic side sword cuts and guards at the moment, but it's already a lot more about sword fighting that I didn't know before, and yeah, it really changes your perspective on a fight. I think the hardest thing for me has been learning to actually hit someone rather than like holding back, because I feel like everyone's played around with swords before, or play fighting, but you don't usually end up carrying through with a strike. Usually we get to a point where you would get a strike and then kind of hold back. But yeah, it's been a bit of a learning curve. We don't have any Kenshi today. We don't have any Zealand today. One of the reasons we don't have any Zealand is that I do have another chapter in the bag. I want to get another one, so it's going to be coming out next week. We are recording Zealand next Saturday as well. So not this weekend. The next chapter is going to be kicking off next weekend, just so that there aren't any gaps in the chapter. I want to have them come out in one big, long, flowy mess. Yes. As for Kenshi, though, I haven't been recording Kenshi in the traditional sense, but I have been playing a lot of Kenshi. What I'm trying to do at the moment is get up to day 200 in game, just by increasing Sand City, and a lot of that stuff is very mundane. There isn't a lot going on, it's not very interesting, and so while there haven't been episodes, I have been progressing the story, so it's there, but yeah, unfortunately, there isn't an episode week, this week because of that, because I've been trying to advance things along. So, yeah, it'll be back next weekend, and we'll be a lot further along than where we were before. Effectively, we'll be at the point where we are, ready to go back out into the world, take the next step, what our next adventure is going to be. And yeah, there is a big montage along with that, because we've made a lot of progress since the last. So yeah, yes. It did sound appropriately gory. Yes, that is true. As for Ash's and Logan's Tale, so getting Logan's Tale back has been a little bit harder than I thought. I had to rebuild Fallout 3 initially, which that's always an interesting prospect. And sometimes I'm not sure why that ends up happening, especially after it's been a long time since I've played. I don't know if there have been any updates to the game, but usually what ends up happening is we have a whole heap of mods just break entirely, which really messes with trying to load the saves. But I've got it working okay, and I actually recorded an entire episode of it, but then I scrapped it all because I just didn't like it. It's been a long time since I have roleplayed as Logan, and I want to make sure that coming back into it, it feels right. And for me, it just didn't feel right. I don't know if I'm becoming more of a perfectionist. That's something that I need to try and watch out on, because, it's very easy for me to just finish making something and then scrap it and go, it's not good enough. So I am working on that. And I am working on getting that first episode out of that. And that's kind of in part why we haven't had Ashes as well, because I've been putting a lot more time into trying to get this first episode of Logan's Tale to be, what it should be. Because this very well could be our last season in Fallout 3, so I want it to feel right, especially starting off, because you only get one chance at a premiere for a season. I feel like when it's an episode, like in the middle there somewhere, sometimes there will be some that just, aren't as good as some of the others. That's just how it is, but with it being the first, I really do want it to have the kind of impact. So yes. I know, Evelyn, I know that's totally the case, but, and I try and remind myself of that as much as I can. So, yeah. I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but, yeah, I really do hope it is worth the wait, and yeah, it'll have the necessary impact that this season premiere should have. Yeah. Wicked One, have I thought about Skyrim Fallout VR? Yeah, I mean, if I could somehow bring VR into those roleplays, that would be perfect. That would be my ideal, because I've talked about it before in the past where I try and act as much as I can with the mouse, but there's only so much acting that you can do with that, whereas if I have head tracking or the ability to move my head in-game, it can add a lot to a performance, just in terms of, I can only be so expressive with my voice. Sometimes, the head movement can give away something entirely different. Obviously, having it be full VR, so like full on kind of, VR presentation doesn't always work as well on YouTube unless you're using VR yourself. But yeah, I've always wanted to try and bring that into it somehow, be it head tracking or something like that. I feel like that can make a massive difference. It isn't easy to do in those games because they're not built for that. They're not made to kind of work like that. My ideal kind of VR experience for me personally is having a headset but still having a mouse and keyboard. So the headset really is just your ability to look around. Your hands are still controlled by the mouse in game. Your movement is still controlled by the keyboard. Like that's kind of my idea. Yeah. VR experience for recording. For gameplay, maybe still for gameplay, but for recording, that's kind of my ideal experience. But I know it doesn't always work like that. Quick water break here. So, what else is new? Well, since we last have chatted in the town hall, we added Seeking Sovengarde, which I'm very, very happy to have back. Living Skyrim 2 has been an interesting experience, and what I find hilarious is that the second that I start playing Living Skyrim 2, Living Skyrim 3 releases. So, I'm already releasing dated stuff. But in saying that, I am still really, really enjoying it. Stillness has been a lot of fun so far. A challenge for sure, but I'm really excited to try and experience the Dark Brotherhood's story in this format, because, yeah, just thinking back to how I played Skyrim, like the first time through, when I was playing it, when I did Dark Brotherhood and everything, there's a lot of, like, quick saving and loading. Not just because of death, but because, you know, you can really screw up the assassinations, and I think having to really, really plan for it as best as possible will be great. And then I'm sure we're going to have some shenanigans, some absolute goofy crap. Yeah. Yeah. I have been really enjoying Lord of the Rings as well. Honestly, Monday for me is probably one of my favorite days, because that's when I'm recording both Magicalism and Lord of the Rings. I'm really enjoying both at the moment. I mean, I enjoy every single series that I'm working on, but because they're like both new series, they're really fun. Especially with Cataclysm, there's something really special about starting off in Cataclysm, where everything is so much more of a threat, and you know, I mean, that can still happen after, like, what, 200 episodes with Dusk. You know, there are still threats that can nearly kill you. We were so freaking lucky there. It could have gone very, very badly for Dusk. But I think it is because the chance, or rather, yeah, the possibility that something could go wrong is so much more there. It's so much more present at the start that it's, yeah. Dear. Yeah. Signaler7, thank you very much for those comments. They are really appreciated. And I know that a lot of other people look forward to reading those as well. Yeah. Magicalism has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed just how it, you know, the slight differences that you get from, you know, regular Cataclysm. We've been very lucky, so stupidly lucky with Luna. I was just kind of recounting to a friend just the other day about our experience in the tower with Luna, you know, seeing a room that's completely locked up and going, you know what, I want to get inside there, and just teleporting inside, only to find that, you know, it's, you've got, what, like 10 to 12 plastic golems all throwing down on each other in a very, very small room, and then shortly afterwards teleporting outside the building and then falling a floor. Yeah. Luna has had some very, very close calls, and yeah, that's why there is real magic at the start of Cataclysm, because those close calls are always there. I mean, for anyone that was, you know, with me on the stream, you can die very quickly at the start of Cataclysm. And I know that I said it on stream as well. I wasn't trying specifically to keep those characters alive. It was more of like a, just like, you know, let's have fun with this thing. Let's play around. If you are careful, if you are, you know, if you've got time to spend, you can keep those early game characters alive. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to release like a survival guide or something like that for Cataclysm eventually. There are some really good tutorials out there already, but I feel like just like a general survival guide might be quite handy, especially for like your first week in Cataclysm. Like, what should you be doing? Because what's kind of fun with that is that a lot of things that, you know, you need to focus on in Cataclysm translate to real life as well. So you're also learning, you know, real world survival skills. So yeah. Any plans to bring Facecam back? Possibly. I know that it's like, it's not for everyone, and I know that it can sometimes take away from the experience or the focus. So yeah, not sure. For live streams, definitely it's always going to be there, but yeah. I'm glad it made you feel better, Wicked One. I mean, I've definitely had experiences like that before, but yeah, if you can really take your time, there are ways to survive early on. They're not glamorous or exciting ways to survive, but there are definitely ways to do it. Blunt Man, I was so happy to see that. The thing is, I don't know what to expect in Magicalism. I haven't actually read anything on the mod, like what it adds. The only thing that I did read was about the magical classes, just so I kind of knew what I was getting into, like what my choices were going to be with those, because we can only have 4 of the 8, so I wanted to make sure that we had something that kind of made sense. But beyond that, I don't know what other special structures are out there, but I'm excited to see what they are, and that's why, I can get really excited when I see something like that, because it is just like, it's great. It's such a great find. Yeah, very, very lucky. Grayson, I miss the old team as well. I do. And I think Dusk misses them as well, For the longest time, she was obsessed with trying to get back to them somehow. But eventually, and especially after talking to Bridget, that kind of reality set in that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. A casual stream with AI Dungeon. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go back to AI Dungeon. I had so much fun just running that with you all. It was, yeah, I was in stitches. It was a lot of fun, and I've still got the subscription for that as well, so yeah, we can definitely make that happen. Yeah. I don't have any specific plans yet for when the next stream would be of that, but I really want to do that. Yeah. Wow, 5 minutes until Lotum already. Narnia, thank you very much for that super chat. We will definitely get Amelie in here at some point today, but I think it's probably going to be a little bit later. Yes. Today is going to be an interesting day. So after this, we're going to have the post chat after this with the patrons, and then after that, I'm setting up immediately for Ritual Cast, which we're recording this afternoon/evening. So yeah, doing this and that in the same day is going to be a little. It's pushing it, but we can make it happen. And plus, I needed to get a town hall in. It's been such a long time since I've seen you all, and well, I mean, we saw each other in the stream, in the big 12-hour stream. But like, just sitting down, talking, having a chat. I feel like it is definitely important for us to have as a community. Yeah, there's definitely going to be coffee, Chris. Definitely going to be coffee. Am I going to bring back Rykon After Dark? Yeah, I definitely want to have more horror games, for sure. 100%. Just a question of when. And a question of time. Because there are always so many things that I want to do. I was just talking to Paraplui, earlier on, about another Cataclysm series that I desperately want to do. I really want to return to the challenge that we did with Leif, because I feel like we didn't really get to fully experience the naked and afraid start in Cataclysm, starting with nothing and just building from there. There's something super rewarding about just building off what we can find in the wilderness in Cataclysm, and I would really like to go back into that. But in saying that, we do have 2 series on the go at the moment, so I feel like it would be too much Cataclysm. I know. I didn't know there could be such a thing, but yeah. Yeah. For now, no, but I definitely want to in the future. Phasmophobia would be quite fun. I've seen a fair bit of that, and yeah, we could definitely have fun with that. Eolin, you want to see more of the Necromancer that we created in stream? Pemi, yeah, Pemi was really enjoyable. Who knows? We could still have an aspect of that in Lord of the Rings. Who knows, we might actually be able to get a necromancer. If we do, they'd probably live quite separate from the rest of the colony, just because, you know, the bodies upset people. People don't like them so much. So I feel like they would work quite well, but we'd have to have them working separately from the rest of our group. So they'd probably be on like the northwestern side of the map. Almost like a separate colony. We would be, you know, sharing some resources, but yeah, I think it's possible. Have I played Caves of Cud on this channel? I haven't yet. I have played it off of the channel before. Not enough to be any kind of good at it though. Yeah, but I have been tempted to try and make something with it. Just haven't yet. Have I thought about doing Dwarf Fortress or Nemoria? Let me try that again. I said both of them completely wrong. Dwarf Fortress or why am I struggling with that? Nemoria. There we go. We got there in the end. As soon as the stream, as soon as the Steam release comes out for Dwarf Fortress, I really want to do an adventure mode series. So, yeah, we'll be getting some Dwarf Fortress eventually. If I can get any kind of good at Fortress mode, I would like to try and do something with it. But yeah, haven't gotten good yet. Yeah, you know what? I think we are getting pretty close to that Lotum. The Lotum time. Halfway through the Town Hall is when we announce the Lotum, which is the Legionnaire of the Month. A Legionnaire of the Month is someone that has gone above and beyond to, you know, either add something to the community or be supportive, just being an all-round good person. And so, with that, I'm going to extend my thanks to Okami Plays up here, our previous Lotum, and we're going to do a bit of a drum roll, and we're going to announce the next Lotum. So here we go. The Legionnaire of the Month. The first, actually, that we're announcing of this year is, wait for it, appearing here any second now. Ding! Signaler 7. Signaler 7, we were talking about you just before, and I hope that you're still in the chat. Congratulations, you are our Legionnaire of the Month. Signaler 7 has been telling some fantastic stories in the comment section of Seeking Sovengarde. I know there are many people in that comment section that really look forward to seeing your stories, so congratulations, you are definitely well deserving. And yeah, you are our first Legionnaire of the month for 2021, and we're in the third month, so there we go. There we go, congratulations, definitely well deserved. And Ramsden, thank you very much for that super chat there as well. Again, apologies that Janet's on break. I don't know where she went to. I mean, the British one showed up for a little while last stream, and then Janet was back. She was back for the 12-hour stream, and now gone again, just like that. Just like that. But I hope that we all enjoyed the drum roll as well. I was really trying my best with that one there. Yes, that is true, Aolin. Yeah, sometimes YouTube can be weird when it comes to the comment sections. Yes. Yeah, Janet is still recovering. She had quite the time during the stream. Yes, there might be a way that I can do so. I'm racking my brain in the background trying to think about what could possibly be causing it to happen. Yeah, we'll see. I just changed something. There's a chance it might do something, but who knows at this stage? Who knows? Yep. There's no bloody telling. Yeah, I think maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Who knows? Yep. Well, coming up tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, tomorrow is correct. We have the next episode of Seeking Sovengarde coming out. Yes, more in Living Skyrim 2. You know, as you do. I have been doing a little bit of research into Living Skyrim 3, and I've heard from Paraplui giving me a little bit of advice on what Living Skyrim 3 is like, and I've just heard from some others as well that, you know, it's a similar experience, but it's got some good additions and changes. Obviously, one of the default ones being
Logan.
that. Was that Janet?
5 minutes until kitty time?
Janet is back, folks. Janet is back. She might be rereading through all of the things so far, so we'll see. Wow, there we go. No cliffhanger. Janet is back. We got her back. I changed one other thing and it worked. It worked. She's alive. She's alive. Pringles, thank you for releasing Janet. Much appreciated. Thank you. Ah, dear. She is back. Do I plan to check out Kenshi 2 when it drops? Hell yes, definitely. Yeah. I have, you know, I really do want to try and change up the way that I am, like, doing Kenshi, or that I'm creating Kenshi in the future. I'm going to keep it the same for Sans Tale, but in the future, I want to try something a little different. A little more cinematic, I suppose. Ramston, thank you very much.
I'm here, guys.
You are, Janet. You are. It's good to have you back. It's good to have you back. Wonderful. I'll ask, Marmily. I'll ask. Yep. Casper, thank you very much for your super chat there. Janet has returned. Yeah.
Janet the Queen is back.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, Evelyn, the only reason that ended up being a problem. Hello, Chris. Thank you for your super chat.
Yes, I have returned. I went on vacation to Mexico. By the way, the Patreon money is gone. I don't know what happened. Blame YouTube.
Blame YouTube. Blame YouTube. Ah, there we go. There we go. There are actually some interesting changes going on with YouTube at the moment. We don't really know 100% what's happening yet, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. There are some taxation changes occurring on YouTube at the moment for international creators. I haven't really seen much talk about it yet because I think a lot of people don't like to talk about it. But yes, there are some there's some things are happening. Yeah, not sure what the effect or the fallout of those things will be, but we will see. We will see. Have I ever thought about doing a Cataclysm deathmatch with all the characters you've created? Grayson, that's an amazing idea. That's a fantastic idea. I love the idea of doing that. I guess using the debug menu, I could maybe try and create the characters and then just make them all hostile to each other. I love that idea. That is such a great idea. Grayson, that is brilliant. We definitely need to have a Cataclysm deathmatch. I feel like some would have a much better chance than others. Like, I feel like Dusk could wipe the floor with Elliot. Just because, well, Elliot, he wasn't around for that long, so, yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah. Occasionally, there is a perfect split in this webcam, and I'm not sure why. But hey, we'll roll with that for now. Ah, yes, there's always something with YouTube, but yeah. Yeah, Elliot's biggest weakness, seatbelts. Yep, definitely. Yeah, we finally gave Lucian some armor, and the others as well. Wicked One, thank you very much for that super chat.
Riken, I'm gonna let you finish, but I just got to say, Bran would win the death match.
Yeah, Bran's got some freaking very good tricks up his sleeve. The amount of bionics he's got, it's really good. See, the thing is, what I would do is I would only equip them with their kind of like their core weapons. So like right now, Dusk is carrying an EMP bomb, but she's not really known for that. She's not known for using EMP bombs. So she would have like the halberd, all of the mutations that she has now, the same armor that she has now. Same thing with Bran. It would be, you know, all of his core weapons he would have access to. Yeah. I feel very sorry for poor Luna in all of this. I mean, the thing is, Noah, she was a beast. She was pretty damn good with that Nodachi when, unfortunately, she picked it. But, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of great. It's kind of great. I really like the idea of that. I'll have to have a play around with that sometime to see if that would be possible. And I don't know if it would be better to do like a... I mean, we definitely want to do a free... Just like a full-on battle royale. Everyone against everyone. But I feel like doing like a tournament structure would be quite interesting as well. Unfortunately, those characters from the 12-hour stream just wouldn't last a moment. Yeah, Christopher, thank you very much for your super chat there. I'm sure that Janet will awaken at some point. That's much appreciated, by the way. Cheers.
I changed my rank to Optio because you are so worth it. Thank you for your content. I'm loving Magicism.
Cheers. And Casper, once again, thank you. Thank you. I mean... Yeah, I mean, Leif's equipment wasn't exactly up to standard, but...
I mean, come on, we all know Leif would win. Winking face.
We could do both, Grayson. We could definitely do both, yeah. Eowyn, yeah, so... I don't think I got to properly comment on that before, but so the reason why the mod list went offline for Seeking Sovengarde for Living Skyrim 2 is because Living Skyrim 3 immediately went into development as soon as I released my first episode, and so all of those links for 2 went private because 2 wasn't going to be around anymore. It went straight to 3. So what I'm probably going to be doing from now on is linking to the mod list for 3. Just because there are over 1,000 mods that I'm using, and trying to list that, I can't. For one, it can't fit into the description, but also, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. So what I would probably do is just share links to 3, even though we're playing 2, because I think that's the best way we can do it at the moment. Yeah, you're right, Gannon. I think free-for-all would give a chance for there to be some... Yeah, it's a lot, Erlen. And the thing is, like, that's not like 1,000 mods exactly. I mean, I guess they are mods, but they're... all I know is that there were over 1,000 downloads from Nexus. So, yeah. Right, but yes, free-for-all. A free-for-all I think would be a good way to do it because it really does give a chance to have that upset. Yeah. Like if Luna just chilled out at the back and then just picked people off with Magic Missile. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah. I am gonna go to Living Skyrim 3. If Silnus dies or if his story reaches a conclusion. Which would effectively be if he was able to complete the Dark Brotherhood, which, that's a hell of a task. Yeah. Scaring newbies on the Discord, I'm sure you are, Chris. That's actually a good time to talk about the Discord. If you haven't blah, 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 blah. Let me try that again. Take 2. If you haven't joined the Rycon Roleplays Discord yet, you should. There's a fantastic group of people on there. There is a number of text roleplays on there. We've got channels for, or rather text chats for a number of the different series that are here on the channel. We've got a fantastic fan art section as well. I highly recommend you check it out. There are some very good people on there and lots of like-minded folks, so go check it out. It's a good place. Yes. I believe I have a link to the launcher in Cataclysm. It could be a very, very old link, but it's possible that it still works. Whether or not, I am not sure. Yeah. A public service announcement. Track mods on Nexus. There is a notification purge coming on the 22nd. Okay. I will check it out. I will check it out. Yes. Ramsden. I mean, I've always wanted to do something with Oblivion and Morrowind as well. I believe that those will be games that I approach after we have completed Leonidas's legacy. The Leonidas legacy. Yep. Yep. And again, with Leon, I don't know about the wait time. I try to keep my finger on the pulse as much as possible when it comes to Apotheosis as to when that might release, but yeah. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. I could do Sky Oblivion, but there is something about the authentic experience that appeals to me a little bit more, just because like Oblivion is a game that I played for a long time. Same thing with Morrowind as well. Like, I know that there are, you know, bringing Morrowind into a different engine, it really does change the way that Morrowind plays as a whole. I would highly recommend, if you've never played Morrowind, or if you've played Morrowind in the past and you haven't thought about it for a long time, Patrician, I think, on YouTube did like a massive, like 7-hour long video, which was a full review of Morrowind. I watched it recently. It took me many days to watch it, but yeah, really good review for Morrowind, so I highly recommend checking that out if you've ever thought about playing Morrowind or had questions as to, like, you know, why things worked a certain way in Morrowind and why they don't later on. There's really good explanations for all of that, and that sometimes can just slip through the gaps. Yeah. Who was my favorite Seeking Sovengarde character? I'd have to say Manus, just because, you know, bringing an army of the dead to life, that's just fun. That's just fun. Yeah. Chris, thank you. My dad is doing very well. I know that, like, the last time I was on here, he was having eye surgery, like double eye surgery. He recovered from that perfectly fine, and he has actually just been vaccinated recently for the thing that's been going on in the world that we can't talk about on YouTube for some reason. So yeah, he got vaccinated for that first shot because he's frontline staff here in New Zealand. So yeah, 15 minutes left. How is this going so fast? You know what? I feel like the reason this is going so fast for me is because the last time I streamed for 12 hours. So of course an hour is going to go really fast. Ah, jeez. Yeah. Oh dear. No, Roddy, it's more that you know, generally videos that talk about it anyway get flagged for whatever reason. So yeah, just best not to, or rather best that I don't. Stupid things. Yeah. Thank you very much for the congratulations there, Daniel. It's a bit difficult to read your name with the text. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But yes, I think it is Amelie time. I want to see if I can track down that cat. New Zealand has been 100% for a while. We did have a scare last month. We had to go back into lockdown because we had a breakout of the latest variant. But things are good now. We're back to level 1, which is great. I mean, it disrupted our schedule for a little bit when it comes to recording, but we still have it. We have it amazing here. Yeah, I have felt very, very guilty for the longest time for how things have been here. So, yeah. Am I still thinking of doing a Bone Dog playthrough? in Kenshi. I would love to. But I guess we'll see. You know, by the time that we get very late game with Sand and his crew, if we don't have Kenshi 2 yet, then yeah, I would love to do another series that's a little bit more character focused, less kind of world buildy. Because what I've enjoyed about, you know, Sand and all of his folks is just trying to push this idea of making a city and how far we can take that in Kenshi before the game starts breaking. Because, you know, I don't think it's meant to get pushed as far, but it's still been a lot of fun building that city. Mr. Akildama, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I tell you what, I'm going to go see if I can find a cat. I'm going to be back in just one moment. Okay, the curtain has lifted. The cat is here. And I will warn you, she is really annoyed because I just took her away from a skink. There is a skink. Wow, your eyes are being keyed out. Yeah, so Amelie has incredibly green eyes, and apparently they're getting keyed out by the green screen. But yeah, there was a skink on the ground that she's hunting, and so she's rather upset that I've taken her away from it. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go for you. Go get the skink. Down by the chair. Get it. All right, there we go. So skink is just like it's like a little lizard, like a tiny lizard. I think it had already lost its tail as well. I have no idea how it got into the house, but yeah, it was inside the house, so there we go. Yeah. Yes, the curtain is drawn. Things are a little wild back here at the moment. Yeah, I'm not actually in Skyrim. I'm not in Sovengarde. I know. It's all an illusion. Yeah, kind of like a little gecko. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've just always called them skinks. I think they're called skinks. I could be wrong. Yeah. And hey, I just want to level something here. You might hear some weird noises. It's just my chair, okay? It's just my chair. I'm just adjusting myself. Elin, thank you very much for that super chat there.
If you could live in Skyrim, where would you live? P.S. Janet is the best.
Where in Skyrim? I mean, I feel like Whiterun's probably one of the most pleasant areas, I guess you could say. Just because the climate there is a little bit better than anywhere else in Skyrim. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not Dawnstar, no. I enjoy a bit of cold. I don't enjoy freezing my ass off for long durations. Yeah. The Rift is a little. I mean, I guess I think of it being a little swampy, but it isn't really, is it? Yeah, Riften's not half bad. I feel like that's a good kind of in between. Yeah. Eolin, I did see something about Pemi again. I don't have any intentions to go back to Pemi at this stage, but I do want to have some kind of resolution, because I know it sucks. It was like literally just as this final battle was happening. He did survive, but I don't know if we would have survived like another few waves. So it would be very short. It would be very, very short. Whether or not I can have Penny or a character like him transfer into the main series eventually, I would like that. I guess we'll see. But, yeah. Solitude is like a really pretty city as well, though. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of, like, yeah, really nice looking places. Yeah. I guess I would also then question, like, what would I do for a living? I guess I'd probably try and be a bard or something like that, or a storyteller, you know, which would involve traveling. So I probably would not stay in one place for too long. Probably just like travel lots throughout the land. Yes. I would not sing about Ragnar the Red though. That song is blacklisted. Never again. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. A mage in the College of Winterhold would be quite nice as well though. Yeah. So, we've got 7 minutes left. I think we should enter a bit of a lightning round here. So, fire your questions and I will try and answer them as quickly as possible. Starting off with Max Cuthbert. Any idea when Leon's Tale is returning? I don't have a fixed time. It is based upon when the Apotheosis mod comes out, because that's going to be a large part of the final season of Leonidas. So, it is kind of dependent on that, and that's why we haven't had Leon for a long time. There we go. First one. We got there. Lude. So once all the issues are resolved, do I think I would do a playthrough of Cyberpunk? I have already played through Cyberpunk entirely off camera. Whether or not I can make a series with it, that's a big maybe. I would have to try and remove the voice files in the game, if that's a possibility. Who knows? Maybe somewhere down the track. But there are a lot of things I'd like to see change first before we can do anything like that. Why do I hate Ragnar the Red? Because it's a song that plays almost consistently, and some of the worst bards in Skyrim sing it, and it's just very grating on the ears after a little while. So, yeah, there we go. Chris, thank you very much for this. Oh. I was going to say thank you for the super chat until I read it.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from Ulrorikstead, and the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Chris. I I appreciate that a lot. God damn it. Okay, you do bring a smile to my face, I suppose. Oh dear. Far out. Well, there we go. Liam, any info on the child scene in Leon's Tale? Was it a flashback of his or prelude to something down the line? That was a flashback, so that was him reliving part of his childhood, being spoken to by a mysterious figure. Yes. Have I seen any new images of Outlast Trials? No, I have not. Chris, how did I not see that coming? I don't know. I really shouldn't expect, I should know by now. I should know. Wicked One, have I played the Star Wars Warband mod? Yes, I have. Very, very briefly, but, yeah. Not in any kind of great detail. Those turtle conversion mods for Morrowind can be amazing, but they can also be, a little janky at the same time. Little Black Duck, hello. Has anyone plugged into Valheim yet? I have been very tempted to, but I haven't. I have not, as of yet. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you like that bit, Chris? Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't have. Yeah, oh dear. Ruth, will we see Sand versus the United Cities? Yes, we will. There is another target that he wants to take on first, though. Something that's a little bit closer to home and something that could be a threat in the not too distant future. So taking care of that now is going to be the best thing to do. Mr. Akldama, you've been playing Prophecy of Pendor lately. Any thoughts about Warband coming to the channel again? If there's time... Yeah, I definitely want to do something with Bannerlord, though. I've promised Bannerlord for a long time that I would be doing a proper roleplay with that. But I do really enjoy the overhaul mods that there are for Warband. They change the game in a drastic fashion. Avowed, I actually haven't heard anything about it at all. Like not a single thing. The only mention I saw of it was on Twitter by Maddie. But beyond that, I haven't seen anything. So, yeah. Well, I'm gonna get a sibling, not anytime soon. She is enough cat just in and of herself. So, yeah. Did I feel the earthquake a couple of weeks ago? No, I didn't. No, I slept through it, but one of our flatmates heard us, and we were up and we were ready, just in case anything happened. But luckily, where I live in Auckland, and just Auckland in general, we're pretty lucky because we have a lot of outer islands, but also New Zealand's not very flat. Yeah, we've got a lot of coastline, but it's not very flat. And, even though we've got a lot of coastline, there aren't a huge amount of people living on it versus how many people are living inland. So generally we were all pretty safe, but there was still a lot of confusion with the announcements that came out from it. So if anything, I feel like that was probably just like a good shake-up for this first civil offense, so that we can make things better. Yeah. Oh shoot, you do, don't you? I forgot. Yeah. And it's pretty flat around there as well, Duck. Yeah, I know. Well, rip, I guess. Ah, dear. No, it would be bad there, potentially. But, Nick and Duck, rip. But in saying that, though, we do still have a lot of outer islands that can help break up anything. We just have to worry about all the volcanoes. Yeah, like, I don't know if anyone has looked up Auckland before, but we've got a lot of volcanoes. Most of them, well, they're dormant currently, but who knows? No, everything is okay for now. So we are very, very close to the end. Sorry, Duck. Oh dear. Yes, no, it would. That'd be a universal bad time for all of us. So, yeah, fingers crossed. We're all okay there. Ah dear. Yes. Okay, so we are going to be wrapping things up for today. You can see a volcano for your house. Yeah. I feel like it's throughout most of Auckland. It's like that. You kind of look out your window. You're like, huh, that's a volcano, or we're living on a volcano. Yeah. Zakhad, is Ro returning to Ritualcast? Yes, Ro is. There will be an episode that comes after the episode that Ro comes back in. That Ro will be gone, just because of convention season in New Zealand. But yes, Ro will be back permanently very soon. So, will the town halls be more regular after this? Yes, they should be. And they're more than likely going to be back on the Sunday. I'm just going to try and see if I can get it to fit into this time slot after HEMA. So, that's the plan. Alamuch, am I doing an equipment check in Zealand in the new episode? I would love to say that I did, but sometimes things get, well, yes and no. There was definitely some equipment checking going on, but yeah, there probably could have been more. And I should have searched through a bag of goodies a little bit more, but we'll see. Next episode of Zealand will be next weekend for those of you that missed it out earlier. But yes, we're going to be wrapping things up here now. I'm going to be diving into the patron chat after this, so if you're a patron, please do come along to that. Head to the Discord if you're looking for information on that. But yeah, thank you everyone for attending the town hall. I feel like things went relatively good today, and hey, we got Janet back, so it's like a win-win for us. There we are. So we are going to be transitioning on out of this one here. Oh, Ramsden, thank you. Thank you for your super chat.
And Ragnar the Red was boastful no more, when his ugly red head rolled around in the floor.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone that was able to make it today. Yes, listen to Ben. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, be sure to head along to that. There will be a link for that in the description. For now, though, I have been Rykon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.